Hello, welcome back to another book review by Alice. I'm your host, Alice. Today we are going to be talking about the thriller book, I should say, One by One by Freida McFadden. Now, I just finished this book recently and I decided to give it 4 stars, and I really enjoyed this book. I've been reading a lot of ghosty, thriller, spooky type books for the month of October in honor of Halloween, and I gotta say, I'm really enjoying them. I'm just whipping through these books. But this one, I will say, was one of my favorite thrillers of the year. And the reason was that while I predicted part of it, I didn't predict the entire ending, which was very exciting for me. But also, I really liked the premise. A lot of the thrillers that I've read take place in a lot of different areas where there's a lot of people coming and going and that sort of thing. But this thriller was 6 people, so 2 couples and then their other friend and her new boyfriend coming to go to a cabin in the woods kind of thing, and then something happens and they end up starting to die all of a sudden. But the fact that it was limited to these 6 people and we got to know those 6 people a little bit better, and that I really enjoyed, because a lot of times when they're going all sorts of different places and things are happening, you have to pay a lot more attention to the scenery, the themes, like the stuff that's happening around them. Whereas in this case, it was really just focused on those 6 people, and they were in like the woods. So yeah, they saw a tree, the compass was not working, like whatever, but it focused on those 6 people in one location that didn't have a lot of distractions to it, which was really fun to try to figure out the internal relationships with everybody and to figure out who was doing what. I will say that there was a 2 point of view. So we had the main character, Claire, and then we had an anonymous POV, which ended up being the killer. This is going to be a spoiler, so if you have not read it or you don't like spoilers, you should stop watching at this moment. But I will say that of the 6 people, 3 men, 3 women, and the main character was 1, I was very suspicious that one of the people who would end up being a killer would be a woman. Simply because of the way the author wrote anonymous. They wrote them as gender neutral and used names like sport and things. And I was like, they want you to assume this is a guy, so I'm going to assume it's a girl, because that's how they're going to make the twist work. And I was right about that. So that, I think, is more of a critical mind for me. I think most people, when they read the nickname sport, are automatically going to assume it's a guy and move forward with that assumption. But no, as soon as I read sport and non-binary terms, I immediately assumed girl. Just because that felt like something an author would do. It's something I would do personally to try to throw off who someone is. So that's why it immediately jumped out at me, and I was right. But I will say, I still enjoyed the story. It was very suspenseful. A couple of things I kind of predicted, like I said, really quickly. But other things I didn't predict at all. And I really enjoyed the story. So I liked how it ended. It ended a little bit different than you're usually used to with thriller type stories, or at least the ones I've read this year. And so I thought it was really great. If you're looking for a thriller that is a little bit easier to follow because you only have 6 people to worry about and you want something fun and suspenseful, give this one a try. It was different. I really enjoyed it. I will probably try Freida McFadden's other books because I really liked her writing style as well. And yeah, it was a ton of fun. So not my favorite thriller of the year, but definitely in my top 10 of my thrillers that I've read recently, because I've been very disappointed in a lot of my spooky reads. So this one is up there with the I like it and I recommend it. So check out One by One by Freida McFadden. And otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Happy reading and stay spooky.